Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our Indy. This is Captain April, and these are the days of our Indy.
Okay, something over here, so I can don't have the tendency to look out to the sides and get on the main monitor. Indy, you're on your break, and again, I'm feeling less, about talking directly because they still haven't served that order, and it expires. And let's see, this is now the 5th. It expires in less than 3 weeks. Okay, so it's like, what's the point? Just a few things, a few notes on this one I talked about. Let's see, wrong one. There we go. But I think it's like, I know you're doing more girl video, right? Stuff is really not girl stuff because there's no point to even, are you even though, oh, I don't have a dick, then you're not a boy. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, forget the stupid gender ideology bullshit. You're not a boy. Okay, no dick, no, is not a boy. Pussy, it's a girl. What you do with it is up to you. No one is saying pussy, therefore you must be barefoot, pregnant, and make me dinner every time. No, okay. Those are, fill in the blanks however the fuck you want. Like if pussy means you work on cars and work construction, that's up to you. Okay, whatever the hell you want. But it's like simple biological reality, and you know this. Okay, you're not delusional. Well, you are if you're claiming to be a boy. Okay, but this thing's the work because again, I think it's pretty clear the femboy stuff is not selling. The stuff where you're actually acting like you are with stroking the plastic dick, no one's buying it. No one buys it at all. You're not appealing to gay guys because they don't want to see a biological female playing with a dick. You're making fun of them. That's what they look at it. They're not there to see. And if they see a pussy and tits, they're really out. If they were innocent, they wouldn't be gay, now would they? Gay men may be gay, but they are still men. Okay, the same thought processes apply. Okay. But again, it's like you're not doing the thing with the plastic dick in there, and then when you do, it disappears almost immediately. So it's like, why even bother? You're not fooling anybody. And again, all the ones in your little Hallelujah core, oh yeah, you're a boy, they're just playing along so they can see the goodies. Okay, they're either more delusional than you or they're lying to your face. Okay. To a certain extent, as long as they're giving you money, who cares? On that front. But it's like, don't read into anything. Actually, they're supporting you. They're just throwing money at so they can see your tits. And if you're showing them more often, But but also, I think it's time to find some new therapists. Okay. Especially since the ones you have now are probably going to be out of a job inside of a year. Yes, even in Seattle. Because HHS and the DOJ are coming after them. HHS because they're following bullshit, pseudoscience that doesn't have a lick of evidence behind it, actually, and the DOJ for insurance fraud. So I recommend you start finding some new. I think you've been with these guys for 10 years anyway. I think they know you too well. They see you as a cash cow now. Fuck them. It's time to find somebody else with a fresh perspective. And with that in mind, I have a. Let me pull it up here. This is the reason why I'm doing this live instead of trying to put it together and off to the side, because I can do this shit a lot easier live. Place called Evidence-Based Treatment Centers of Seattle. It's a few blocks east of the Art Museum. But these guys, evidence-based treatment of Centers of Seattle is a network of 4 especially mental health centers united by a central mission to deliver state-of-the-art, evidence-based psychological treatment with genuine compassion and care. We offer both in-person and virtual telehealth services. In addition, many clinicians are SIPAC certified and can provide care in participating states. So, they can put anybody outside of Washington State, you might be able to take care of this. But this is Indy. It's not far, okay? A little bit, But in your case, I mean, they built, eating disorders. They can take care of that. In here, but the big thing is, this is what you need right here. I'm pretty sure it's not what you're doing, because if you were, you wouldn't be backpedaling on everything, especially because you can't even deal with whatever happened when you were little. This would do it. It would not let you weasel out of this one. Get that out of the way. Oh, well. Hey, one thing about the menu. Okay, the Dialectical Behavior Therapy Center. Since 2002, we provided comprehensive DBT and related services, so it's not really new. But this is, for borderline personality. Other things. This is very considered research best supported treatment for borderline personality disorder. However, research clearly shows that DBT is not just for BPD. It's effective in treating anyone with problems regulating intense emotions. Like going thermonuclear when someone just asks a professional a question about your situation. It's like, but you don't even find out what the question is. You go, fangs out. I was just asking for an opinion and for advice on how to proceed. I wasn't looking for a diagnosis. I already had the diagnosis. You provided it. A few times in your own videos, you already got the diagnosis you need. So what to do with it? I was asking about, and didn't even get to ask about. Nope. I since got one of her books. Okay, what is the thing? Okay, developed at the University of Washington by Marshall Lenham, PhD. ABPP DPT is an evidence-based treatment, meaning there is research showing it works for those who have difficulty managing intense emotions. DBT Center at EBTCS is certified by the DBT Lenham Board of Certification, a rigorous process that establishes that our program closely follows the treatment manual, the principles set forth by Dr. Lenham, and the protocols used in DBT research. Our standard comprehensive DBT program includes weekly individual therapy, weekly skills training, phone consultations, daily diary cards, and therapist attendance in weekly DBT team meetings. We have other optional services as well, including psychiatry, family meetings, parenting training, mindfulness training, and others. Your parents might actually benefit from getting them, but this is them. Let's see if I can let's see. Pull up a map here. See where they're at. Yeah, here we are. See? There's the thing. Seattle Great Wheel. Museum of Illusions. That sounds fun. There's a lot of places up there I would like to visit, okay? It has nothing to do with you. The former science fiction museum, I think it's now what? Museum of Popular Culture somewhere. I want to see that place. Some Star Trek stuff there I'd like to see. But the Friar Museum, it's like, hold on. Let's zoom out a bit here, I think. Actually, pull this up here so you can get a better view. So I'm not going to point, but you know where you are. And this is where this is, okay? Not far. So, Indy, you have the tools to make it right. Finally, break the fucking cycle. And I'm not saying stop what you're doing. You can still, do what you're doing. Because you make good money. You used to be making a hell of a lot more than you are now. They missed the fact that suddenly these $10,000 goals a month, you want to try to maintain that $10,000 a month. Means it ain't coming as easy as it used to, did it? I think losing the Pornhub money was a big chunk of that too. But just from a business point of view, and this is kind of show business, dear. Give the audience what it wants, and it wants more girls. You know it wants more girl stuff. That's one thing keeping you from chopping everything up, because you do that, then your business is over with. And frankly, I think your creativity has taken a major hit because of all the crap that's going on with you. It's picked up because your hormones are getting more in balance. And that's another thing. If you're worried about the legislation coming down, I won't be able to get my. No, you'll be able to fight because you're not on that shit. Your doctor may be saying stuff to keep you happy, but it's like you have you on proper hormone therapy, because that fucking bong has fucked up your hormones so badly over the past 10 years. But they got to put you on, birth control pills and a small dose of testosterone just to bring you back to normal. Why do you think you're still having your period while you're on birth control? That's how seriously fucked up your hormones. I said before, you're a brilliant kid, but you don't know everything. Okay? You learn a few things being around the block a few times, dealing with other people, and you go through various things. And have to go through treatments, and what happens to them? I keep mentioning them, kid sis. They put her on a testosterone gel for a while. I think it's a little more intense than what you're on. And she's ready to rip my lungs up because I loaded something in the back of the van wrong. She recognized this is not right. She told her doctor, and she was cut off immediately. Okay, she was on it mainly to help heal an injury, and it really wasn't massive doses either, but it was enough to throw her off. And what you were on, my dear, is not even full dose of what normally, because you're on stuff that is for postmenopausal women just to boost their levels back up to normal. And you're only like half a dose of that. I know how to look shit up, okay? And again, in this case, I'm saying, keep doing what your doctors are saying. Fuck what your therapists are saying, okay? Especially the one who gave you the address to the skeevy place to start doing injections. Fuck that. They really do not care much, because you want to talk getting yourself into an early grave. I sent you link after link, over the past. You have to go digging a bit. I can probably find them again if you need them. Of all of the and I could. There's probably about a half dozen girls I could get on the horn right now, and they can tell you exactly what happened to them when they were on the serious testosterone treatments. How fucked up their health is now. And like I said, normally I see the sequence is kind of like, well, the first thing that's going to happen is you start growing the body hair, and you start losing the hair up top, because that's the side effect of testosterone. This is what this is. This is testosterone in later stages when it starts kicking in and oxidizing. It starts killing up certain hair follicles. But in her case, the genital modifications happen first. Overgrowth of the clitoris, atrophy of the vagina stuff, she still has problems. Needless to say, when she had her kid, it wasn't a vaginal delivery. Would have ripped her in half if she'd done that. But that's another case. The her hormones so fucked up royally. It's like she was in despair of if she was even going to have a period for a while. She was bouncing off the wall when she finally had a period after coming off that shit. And then part of her doctor's thing was they put her on birth control pills. Because, again, you statements on those just shuts out. You don't know what that shit does it? Do you? Birth control pills, they are massive doses of estrogen and progesterone, which are normal, testosterone, normal hormone levels for women. tricks the body into thinking it's pregnant, therefore stopping the ovulation. But it doesn't stop this, it's a mega dose. So the fact that you're on these mega doses of estrogen and progesterone and still having your period, that means how fucking low your levels were to begin with. They're trying to boost you back up to normal. And consequently, when your hormones are back up to normal, you start thinking clearly. You start feeling more creative, more like your old self type thing. And you think maybe 10 years on the fucking bong may have had something to do with this? Crashing your hormone levels to the point your state of mind is so active, one day you just wake up and I'm a guy. No. It's not your guy. It's that you've been destroying your hormones for the past 10 years and it finally caught up with you. And made you a little more psycho than normal. And now that you're finally starting to get back in balance, you're feeling more creative. But yeah. And LA, you don't hate your tits as much as you did before, do you? That's why you're getting more girl content. Little lower urge to try, wanting to rip them off with a fork. I mean, actually going visit. Oh, Erica. Yeah, you're feeling better about it, aren't you? Because your hormones are level. That affects your mind. Affects your thinking. To the point where maybe, it's like you might come to realize you were never trans. Well, they're really. Transgender is a lie anyway. Transsexuals? No, they're real. That's legit. Buck Angel, Marcus Deed, you others. The main kicker in there is that generally they have these things not as a trauma response to anything. It's just, it's endemic. It's innate. You, on the other hand, have a laundry list of traumas. And the responses you've had, and even up to and including wanting to rip your tits apart and become a guy, it's all fits right in there. I can put Rosetta on here, and she went through the exact same thing. She's got some of the exact same diagnoses. So, again, I'm not pushing anything. I'm just trying to plant a few more seeds, and you may be resenting them. So saying, "Don't tell her, she'll just dig in further." No, she needs to hear it. Okay, it needs to get in because consciously, you're fucking bull. You don't know bullshit. You're full of it. And subconscious hears it. It's gonna gnaw on it. It's gonna get in there and start working it. And between that and all the other external forces coming in, because HHS is cutting out, you're going to start yanking licenses. DOJ is going to start putting people on trial and jailing them. Clinics are going to stop providing the services for fear of being sued. Pretty soon, it's going to be a come to Jesus moment. And also a little something reminder: you're turning 30. An early happy birthday on that. Hopefully we get to a point where I can send you a birthday, some kind of birthday present. Give us another Michael's card. And this time it won't be used as evidence against me in a court of law. But if keep up with the hormone stuff and lay off the bong, let the stuff work. And maybe by this time, another month or so, and 30 is when childhood really comes, because by then all the different changes are finally starting to settle in, barring any arrested development from heavy drug use. And I'll finally click on, okay, now we're done. And thankfully, I haven't done anything major, surgically wise, medical, but your social life is a wreck. Let's be honest here. And that biological clock might start clanging rather loudly. And you're going to be anything else, like suddenly, I don't want to go, I'm not going to break growth. And suddenly it's got, I want a baby. Put a baby in me. Now, is your fiance up for that, or is one of the provisos that we're not going to have a kid? We're not going to do a pregnancy thing. That question's going to come up at some point. And for a time, and I'm going to, thinking that's going to put an end to your porn. Pregnancy porn has been a big thing for a long time. You can still do stuff while out there pregnant. And guys will pay for that more than I'll probably pay for the femboy shit. Again, a little insight into the male mind, which no, you have not mastered being a guy. You don't fucking know this shit because one of the things that guys get off on is if it's real, or at least has a plausibility factor. Okay. That's like stroking the plastic dick that doesn't work because it's obviously fake. You're not, you can moan and groan till the sun come, till the cows come home. They know that it's total fake. It's bullshit. But gal is after they're pregnant, that's, and not just fat. Guys get after that. I was in there for a while. There's a lot of look on Chatterbait for guys. There's plenty of gals that are pregnant at the one, probably twins, and they're still racking in the money. Look on Pornhub. Just type in pregnancy. You get them all over the place. So again, I am not telling you that I'm not trying to change your sinful ways. Say no to porn is part of human nature. We like looking at shit. Okay. There are cave drawings of people going at it, okay? Just a quick visit to Pompeii will show you, raise it to an art form pretty much, okay? We like fucking, we like watching fucking, okay? We like thinking about it, we like doing artwork about it. We've gone to war over it, okay? We're a hypersexual species, okay? So I'm not trying to say, because that's why I don't, the whole ban point, you're not going to ban it, okay? And I think we could probably trim it around the edges there. There are some things that like, no, that is not, that tends to encourage very bad behavior. So. But other things like, but yeah, now, since, think about it, you're doing more girly stuff. Why? Think about this. Why are you not? Why the inclination to do more girl stuff? Are you feeling more comfortable doing girl stuff? If so, why? Could it be the hormones are making your mindset a little better? That you are more comfortable doing this stuff? It's not just the fact that nobody pays for the man boy stuff. If people want to pay for the girl stuff. And again, the creativity. You haven't really done a decent girl thing since again, I haven't seen the new stuff yet. But frankly, I think the Serving Wench was really the last time we did something really true to form. Because the stuff since then has been really kind of lame. Because I had that one, but getting naked and spanking. Like, it's more personally, but I'm not into spanking. I'm not into pain. And the ones who are, I think, you got issues, okay? Especially inflicting, but when you're like receiving it, there are issues here that need to be dealt with. Not just you. I'm anybody, frankly, and like I don't like watching it. I damn sure don't like it inflicting it. I feel like a total creep. Spank me. Why? Why would I want to, pain is not a good thing, okay? Pain means you're doing something wrong. Okay? And I've always, the bed that's playtime. Okay, that should be fun. No, it should not be any pain or power plays. Why also, the whole daddy thing. Don't you dare. I've had some girls pull that thing. Oh, give me daddy. Don't call me daddy. Okay. Do not call me daddy. That's just wrong vibe. That'll kill a heart on faster than anything, really. Same thing with rape fantasies. I've skipped over, scenes where the reason why rape things. I'm skip. If I don't want to see this shit. But that's enough about me. Okay. And Indy, you got an opportunity here. You're on a break. It's going to be editing stuff and putting up, already existing content, but you got time to think about this here. Okay? What do you really want to do here? You're about to turn 30. Childhood is officially over. You can only get away with being a 20-something. Now it's like 30. You're quickly approaching the halfway point. Okay? So it's time for, a little gut check here. And maybe rewind it back to when you turned 27 and start, well, okay, stop, no longer doing, the stepsister, or stepdaughter videos and start doing the stepmom videos, I think, or the, horny wife, a little more the horny wife thing. As they start, segueing into older characters. Because, yeah, you get that, anime waifu face, but it's like, even that's not going to last forever. Okay? And also, like I said, you're retaining more weight, which is healthy. You're at a good, healthy weight. But as a result, that binder is going to get more and more uncomfortable. And it's probably going to start doing some actual damage pretty soon. There's one picture you can still see the marks where you hit it on. I'm assuming you still got your sports bras. Start shifting that, okay? Also, I find it easier to go through life. You can actually fucking breathe. Okay? All right. And pretty soon you also figure out that, this life is just easier if we just accept the fact you're a fucking girl. And again, gender roles, that shit's, societal created, but it's like just being, the simple biological reality. You are an adult human female. What you do with it is up to you. No one's saying you must wear dresses and grow your hair long and play with dolls and whatever, but no, but being a guy is not. And again, you've seen the men's room. It's not that great big deal. Guys, they don't give a shit. The dangerous part is the guy who wants to go in the ladies' room. That's where the predators are. And again, that's where the main fight is on this. The bottom line is like the whole transgender ideology, top to bottom, is hatred of women. On the male side is just total misogyny, trying to erase them and take over, just claim all the territory, like the bathrooms, the lockers, no, these are ours. And it's a predatory thing. On the female side, it's trying to get out of the game, get off the field of combat. Get away from these guys by pretending to be a guy. No, I'm a guy. You don't want to fuck me. And neither side is fooling the other. Okay. It's a predatory stance on one side, and it's a trauma response on the other. Either way, it's still hate. It's either hatred of women from the outside or hatred of being a woman, and that's where you're at right now. You just hate being a woman because of all the crap that's happening to you. And a big part of healing is going to be accepting. Okay, shit has happened to me. Nothing going to do about it. Chopping off the tits and pretending and picking and sticking a plastic dick in my port is not going to change that. It's not going to fix it. The only thing that's going to fix it is going back and actually dealing with it. Especially whatever the hell happened to you when you were little. The one thing you refuse to deal with. I'm sure they've talked all 6 times from Tuesday about what happened when you were 14, but what happened when you were like 5? Or you were young, or probably even young, because he said he can't even remember it. So I'm guessing 2 or 3. Deal with that. Finally, deal with that. And you'll probably find the whole thing will start falling into line. And the shit starts falling by the wayside. And you can finally fucking heal. Now, assuming you actually listen to all of that, hopefully something's going to take root. And maybe in a few weeks, we might start even talking again. But I'm going to put the link is in the description of that place. And it's not just for Indy. If anybody else needs someone to talk to in the area, click on that. I'm assuming they take insurance. And we'll talk at you later.
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.